Next up, looking at ICP coins. So had this marked out about a week ago, I believe. I was looking for price to, before it did all of this, actually, I was looking for it to break this area and then retest, and it just completely destroyed this area and then zero retests. So completely missed that. There was no entry, obviously, and this just completely collapsed. So we will clean this up and figure out what we're working with now. It's obviously very, very bearish. Oh. So, oops. So yeah, broke this massive zone here, and now we're gonna figure out where it might be headed. So it seems to like it's kind of finding support at this area here, but definitely doesn't look like it wants to be bought up yet by any means. So I'll move these because these are out to lunch. These monthly parameters, get these out of the way. And so looking at this, I would still be looking for shorts. Would not be looking to buy this at all. That's way below this moving average. Yes, it is finding some support, but might consider, and might, if price started making higher highs and higher lows and the structure completely changed. But odds are price would have to cross over this 4-hour moving average even. And at the very, very, very least, you're looking at price to cross over this 1-hour moving average and start creating higher highs, higher lows. And then maybe consider buying it up to this area. But that is counter trend trading and kind of, I don't know, iffy. You got major zones here. So this actually, price would have respected this area, but then you can see it actually retested here, and then broke through it, came back up, retested it. So if you were to buy this, for example, let's say you wanted to, let's say the structure was there and we had higher highs, higher lows on the 1 hour right now, which we absolutely do not, but let's just pretend we did. You'd be looking for a long position, let's say to this area here, but yet you have this area that price already couldn't break. So thinking that price is going to retrace back up to $4 ish, this main area here, which was super significant at one point. Price completely destroyed it, and then also destroyed this zone too. So like price has to break this area before it can even get to this area, and so there's just too much against you to even consider a long position. And because normally I do like when price moves on anything and there's been no retracements, so like this has not retraced because it never hit 50%. So to me 50% is a full retracement. It never hit that. So in my eyes, I'm like, you can still go up to 50% or 618, which is the most ideal retracement zone price. So the 618 is right below this $4 mark, right below this major zone here. So as far as a retracement trade, this makes sense. But maybe it does do it, but you just have too much against you as far as this zone here, and then just price itself. It would have to break this 4-hour moving average too eventually, once it gets lower and lower and price gets caught up to it. So there's too many factors. There's too many factors that are against us as far as considering a long position on this. The only thing that I can kind of see that might be okay is that you're getting higher lows here based on these daily wicks. So odds are this candle is going to try to fill this wick. Today's candle is going to try to fill yesterday's wick, and if it doesn't do it, let's say it comes down to like here, then that's kind of a good sign that things might start turning around. But again, it's got to beat this zone here. So maybe if it broke this area, here, this 360 area, I'll actually mark that out. That is the price to breaks, 360. Oops. Because if it breaks that, then maybe it's going to head higher. So you could place something like this, and you get a much better stop too, based on if price breaks this zone, because this zone's a lot smaller than this area here. So if this happened, if price broke this 360 area and retested, then maybe we're retracing all the way up to this $4 mark, the 618 retracement of this entire segment. So then it's more possible, but I mean, you'd have to wait for at least that, and then based on price coming back up to the 360 here and breaking, then you would obviously have your higher highs, higher lows, and all your structure would be in place. Price would be way above the 1 hour moving average. So it's kind of like a win-win if you waited for that to happen. But as far as taking a long position at the bottom here, very, very iffy in my opinion. So I would not recommend that. And I do think that this is going to continue to be bearish. I think, yeah, I mean, it's kind of at its like all-time lows right now. But if it breaks it, which I think it will, because there's not really much else saying otherwise. You know, you do have a massive weekly zone here, which price is currently in. So if price breaks below this big area here, then breaks and closes before. So obviously you still have you got 4.5 days before this weekly candle closes. But if it closes below this zone, you know, we might be looking for an even bigger short. So I would be definitely leaning towards the downside. Would not be looking for any buys on this. And I mean, if it breaks below this 335 area, breaks and holds below 335, I mean, it's probably going to go down significantly more. So that's what I would be waiting for. So we'll see how this does the next few days. I'll keep you guys posted. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and we'll go from there. But yeah, do not buy this. I think it's going to collapse. It's just it touched the zone too many times. There's no momentum in the other direction. So you got major significant zones now. You got, delete this for now. You got this area and this area really preventing, you know, this from going upwards, I think. So that's my take on ICP.